Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 14th of July, 2021, midweek. That's a medium level game for the Guardian Sudoku, and we'll get onto that in a moment. But I would like to mention today's artist that I'd like to promote, and it's rather different from the ones I've promoted recently because they, I think, are very modern. And well, the next artist, today's artist, is very contemporary, but her voice has echoes of all of the greats. I'd like to mention Cécile McLorin Salvant. She's an award-winning singer and has with a tremendous voice. It's very traditional though. She has echoes of so many great singers like Sarah Vaughan and maybe Billie Holiday and Diane Reeves and stuff like that. Traces of that they are within her voice, but she's original. She has her own phrasing and stuff like that. But you can clearly hear the echoes of the past greats rolled into her. Her presentation of music is fantastic. So check out Cecile. She's a great singer, truly great singer. Check out the links below and promote and support her. Right, thank you. Let's get on with today's medium level puzzle. Now, if you are new to Sudoku, and you could be because Guardian level, medium level is probably for people with fairly basic skills, I should quickly explain the rules. On the screen you can see I'm clicking, I can't click in numbers, but squares across here, and there are 9 in total, and then we can consider squares down, and there are 9 in total. And what we do is fit numbers 1 to 9 in each of these rows, that means going across, and each of these columns coming down, and then you can see that a box like this, okay, which already has some numbers filled in, 8, 2, 5 and 7. So we're doing the same thing, we're filling in numbers 1 to 9 in these blocks, and so that's how we play the game. I need to adjust my chair a little bit, I'm a bit too high. When I say I'm a bit too high, it's nothing to do with any kind of drugs since I don't partake. Right, let's get on with solving the problem. How do we solve it? So look, when we see a number here like this 5 and we see that it blocks across this row, because remember a number can appear only once in its row, column or block. Okay, so 5 can't be in this square or this square, and then we see a 5 here, and we see that it can't be in this square because it's in the same row. So we know that we can, and indeed must, put a 5 in that location there. And so we go around looking around the board for possibilities of where we are limited in where we can place the numbers. For example, this 3 here blocks up this column, remember? No 3 can appear again in the same column, in this column rather. And this 3 means that 3 can't appear here or here. So we're already blocking these squares here and these squares here. That leaves just 2. But look, this square here means that a 3 can't appear here. So we know that 3 must appear here like this. Now we're going to look at something slightly different, but let's see this 9 here. So now remember, 9 blocks every square in this row, so no 9 here, or indeed here. Okay, and actually we can place this 9. I didn't realize that. I was going to look at something else, but okay, we can place. No, let's go on ahead a step, just to imagine before I place it. So 9 is going to be limited to here and here. In fact, you can see it's going to be in this square, but just imagine for now we don't know that that 9's there. So now it's going to appear in one of these 2 squares, and when it does, it will come back and block across here. So no 9 is allowed in these 2. So no 9 allowed across here, no 9 in these squares. We know that 9 is going to be here. Now in fact we can place it because we have an intersecting 9 down here, so we can actually place it there anyway. Now there are only 2 numbers missing in this block, so we should see what they are. Now clearly we don't have a 1 or a 2, we have everything else, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, but clearly either this 2 here or this 2 here means that this can't be a 2. So 2's got to be here. And the last number for this whole block is a 1. And so that goes there. When we are faced with a situation like this, we have some places to look. We could examine this block here and see what's missing. Well, we don't have a 1. We know 1 is going to be limited to these 2 squares, but we can't tell where. 2, 3 we have already. We have a 4, and 4 is not in this square or this square, so we'll be limited to these 2 squares here. 5 we have, 6 we have. 7 means we know that it can't go here, but it could go in these 3 squares here. The 8 we know nothing about, and that's it, because we have 9 already. So we can't place a number in this block just yet. And let's come along to look and see what's missing here, because we have 6 numbers here, and we are missing 3, and we must know what they are because they're limited to the same block. So clearly we don't have a 1 in this row yet, we don't have a 2, and we don't have a 4. So we know that 1, 2, and 4 are going to appear here. Can we get them? Well, we know that the 2 blocks this square, but the 1 and the 4 we have no information about. But that's okay. Sudoku is like this. We will sometimes look for things and not find anything. And when we don't find anything, we are slightly disappointed, but we are not completely disheartened, and we just keep fighting until we get to the end and solve the entire puzzle. On the other hand, I've found something a bit different now. This 8 blocks all the way up here, right? So no 8 in any of these 3 squares up here. Now, this 8 blocks along here like this, right? So 8 will have to be either here or here. Can't be down here because we have a blocking 8 here, okay? So 8's got to be here or here. So when it appears in one of these 2 squares, it will block up here. So we have this 8 blocking up here, this future 8 blocking up here, and we have an 8 across here blocking this square, right, blocking across this row. So we know that an 8 has to go there, and now that we can see hopefully the 8 blocks across here, and there's only 1 square left, so we can place an 8 there. Okay, so I'm just looking at things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm looking around the board at different possibilities, different ideas of things that might work out. Don't worry about it taking up some time. Sudoku is a game that often will take time. Okay, I've seen it now. So this 6 blocks across here, right? So no 6 available in this row because of this 6 here. And this 6 blocks down here, so no 6 available in these 2 squares, so blocked in these 3 squares, which limits us to these 2 squares. And now that we know that, we can say this 6 blocks up here, so no 6 allowed here. And here we have a 6 blocking across here, and a 6 blocking across these 3 squares, and so our 6 has to go here like this. So sometimes we spend time looking in areas, and it's a kind of fruitless search, we don't end up with something, and then sometimes we just look and see something immediately. So this 2 here blocks across this row, this 2 here blocks across this row, and we have 2 up here blocking all the way down here, and this 2 here blocking all the way down here. If I highlight them like this, you can see more easily, I think that 2's got to go there, because every other cell is seen already. And now 9. Okay, so 9 blocks down here, 9 blocks down here, and 9 blocks across here. So 9 has to go there. And now there's only 1 square down here. So look, 9 blocking across here, 9 blocking across here. So 9 has got to appear here like this. The 9 blocking up this column. There's a 9 here blocking up this column, and there's a 9 here blocking across this row. So that gives us a 9 there. And now we can finish off the 9s because there's only one more to get. So this 9 will block up this column, this 9 blocks across this row, and this 9 here blocks across this row. So that's our final 9. And just a quick tip, if you're new to Sudoku, if you only have one more digit to place, you can always find it. You always have enough intersecting numbers to know that you can find it for sure. Right, now I see a 6 blocking here and a 6 blocking across here. So we are limiting 6 to these 2 squares. Right, now we can't tell where they go just yet, but we know they go here. So when we do that, we know that they can't, that will block rather 6 from appearing here. And down here we have a 6 which blocks up this column and a 6 which blocks up this column. So we can be sure a 6 fits there. Strange sounding bird. Right, there's a 2 blocking up here and this 2 blocking up here. So that's a 2 there. Let's carry this 2 across this row, 2 across this row, and a 2 from here up. And that will give us a 2 there. 2 blocking down here, 2 blocking up here, and that gives us a 2 there. And that was in fact the final 2. Okay. Strange sounding bird. Right, so let's just check out what's missing now down here. What's the tricky number? I think it's 7 that's giving us some slight problems up here. Let's see, 1. Excuse me while I mumble. I've noticed that sometimes I mumble when making these videos. That's because I'm not talking to you really, dear viewer. I'm talking to myself, trying to work out something for myself, and I mumble. Maybe it's a bit like when jazz players kind of make vocal noises when they're playing an instrument. Have you ever listened to the sound of some musicians? You know, they're playing the piano and they go like that. Sometimes in tune and sometimes not in tune, but they're focusing a lot, and they tend to kind of make some vocal sounds. Well, I'm getting nowhere fast, so I'm going to have to look in a slightly more methodical way. So I'm going to start like looking through the numbers. So 1 we know is limited to this square and this square and this square and this square. And up here, this square and this square have to be a 1. And that's about it. We can't really tell much else. 2s we have already. 3s. Let's see what we can do with the 3s now. No, we can't fix any 3s. How about 4? Do we only have this one 4? I've just realised we haven't filled in any 4s yet. We only have a single 4. We know it's going to appear down here because we have 1 4, and we know 4 is going to appear here and here. But we can't say anything else. 5s, let's see about 5s now. 5s blocking down. Ah, okay, here we go. So 5 blocks across here, 5 blocks down here. You see how, actually, when you highlight on the screen, usually I play these games on paper, but actually when you have a bit of an advantage when playing on the screen sometimes, because all of those numbers are highlighted. Especially if you're looking for patterns, you know, you have playing advanced level Sudoku and looking for logic patterns. Actually, the computer can be a good aid because it can highlight numbers that are very difficult to see on paper sometimes. I still like paper though. Alright, I don't think we... what else? We are limited to 5s there, here, and... So, okay, here we have it. 5 blocking down here, 5 across here, 5 across here, so that's a 5 there as well. That will give us a 5 in these 2 squares up here, but these 2 squares here, and then up here, these 2, so that's not going to be anything that we can use just yet, because we have middle and bottom row, top and middle row, and top and bottom row. And if you have a pattern like that, you can't limit the numbers just yet. You have to wait until a bit later and then look for some patterns or something. Okay, so let's see what else. 5, 4, and 7. Alright, I just can't decide the best place to look at the moment, really. What's missing from down here? 1, 4, and 7. 1 can't go. Oh, sorry, 1, 4, and 1, 4, and 5. No, 1 is blocked here. 5 is here or here. 4, no, we don't know anything about 4s yet. Right. Okay, let's keep at it. 1 blocks down here, so 1 has got to be in these squares here. What else is missing? 4, we don't know. 8. 8 down here. I'm mumbling again, excuse me. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this 8 blocks up here, 8 blocks across here, so that square there's got to be an 8. Now 8 blocking across here, 8 blocking down here, that will give us an 8 there. 8 blocking down here, 8 blocking down here will give us an 8 here. And 8 blocking across here, 8 blocking across here, and 8 blocking down here will give us an 8. And that was the last 8, I believe. The last 8. Sounds like a sports competition, doesn't it? Right, so what comes next? Alright, this square here is going to have to be a 6 now, because this 6 blocks across here. I'll just highlight them, look. 6 blocks across here, so we'll be limited to this square or this square, and when it is, it will block all the way back here. So no 6 can appear here, here, or here. This 6 blocks this square, and so this is the last place where we can fit a 6. And when we follow it up this column, and this 6 up this column, we'll say 6 goes here like this. So we're missing just 1, which is down here, 6 blocking down here, and down here. And that's the final 6. Finished on that digit now. There's 1 number missing in this column, so we just count through and find what it is. We have a 1, 2, 3, we don't have a 4 yet, so we know 4 goes here like this. There are 2 numbers missing here and here. They are in fact a 1 and a 7, but look, here's an intersecting 1, so we know that can't be 1. That's got to be a 1, and that's got to be our 7. Now we see 7 blocking along here, 7 blocking along here, so 7 goes here like this. We only have 1 number to get here, 1, 2, it's a 3. Okay. Where's the best place to look now? There are two numbers missing here and here. Shall we examine them? Well, we know down here this is 1 and 4, so this has got to be 1 and this has got to be either 1 or 4 as well. Well, it can't be, can it? It can't have a 1 here because we have a 1 in this block already. So 1's got to be here. This has to be 4, and this will have to be 4. Missing numbers here now are 5 and 7, but we don't have any information on those just yet, so we won't bother. We'll look somewhere else. What's missing down here? Looks like we ought to be able to get something down here. We don't have a 1, and we know 1 is going to be limited to these two squares because 1 blocks down here and will appear in one of these two squares. 2, 3, we don't have any information about 3's yet, and the other number we don't have is 4. So 1, 3, 4. Okay, nope, can't tell anything there. How about looking down here? We have this 1 limited to here, as I said, mentioned 1 coming down here. 3's are limited to these two. We can definitely see what's missing from here, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3's, got to be one of these, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these two squares have to be 3 and 7. We have an intersecting 7 here. So 7's got to be there, 3's got to be there. And now we know that 3 blocks along this row, so it's not here, it's not there. 3 goes there. We can finish off the 3's because there's only one more to get. 3 blocking up here, 3 blocking across here, and 3 blocking up here. So that's a 3 there. Okay, missing numbers are 1 and 4 here, 1 and 4 here, I think. Lots of 1's and 4's need doing. So let's look somewhere else. Up here, for example, let's see, 1 blocks across here. 2 we have, 3, 4 we don't know. 5 we don't know. 6, 7 blocking up here. We do know 7 over here. So 7 blocks up here, 7 blocks up here. So this is a 7 in this square here. Now we can see this can't be 7. This has to be 7. The last number in this block is a 5. And the last number in this row now is a 1. And down here we were missing a 1 and 4. So 1 goes there, 4 goes there. And back up here now, this 4 is limited to these two squares. Okay, we have one number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5. 5 goes here. And we can now get the final digit 5. We see 5 blocking along here, blocking up here. So that's the last 5 to fill in. This 1 here blocks across here, so this is not a 1. 1 must appear here. Down here we're missing 1 and 4, if you remember. So this can't be a 1. 1 goes here, 4 goes here. And this was also missing 1 and 4, so 1 goes here, and 4 goes here like this. 1 number missing up here now, it's a 4. Okay, so 4 clearly blocks this square, and 4 will go here. Now there's only one number to fill in. If I type the number, the screen will disappear. So I should type it in as a candidate, and the final number is a 7. That's our last number. Let me just check through, make sure everything's okay, looking to be good. Please subscribe to the channel, come back for more Sudoku anytime you feel like it, and check out other people's Sudoku channels too. I should type in the last number, the screen will disappear, and I will say goodbye. Bye bye.